All information is gathered through Bulbapedia.com. Check them out, link is in the description. Hey everyone, it's DKGM, welcome back to the Pokedex. In the last episode, we took a look at Pokemon 1 through 30, and thank you guys for the great support on the video, I really appreciate it. So, obviously we're going to keep going with Pokemon number 31 through 60, going from Nidoqueen to Poliwag, which kind of sucks again, but, you know, it's whatever. So, I hope you enjoy. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's start up with the first Pokemon, Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is a large bipedal blue Pokemon with distinct reptilian features. Its body is encased with extremely hard scales that serve as an excellent protection from any attack and stand up when Nidoqueen is excited or provoked. It has a blunt snout, narrow brown eyes, and large ears with brown insides. There's a small horn on its forehead, a single spine on each ear, and a line of toxic spikes running down the length of its back. Each hand has 3 short claws and each foot has 2 claws. Its lower jaw, the front of its abdomen, and 2 plates on its chest are cream colored, and a thick, powerful tail as well. Nidoran male is a small quadruped rodent-like Pokemon. It is pinkish purple with darker patches. It has large spiny ears with teal insides, oversized front teeth, and red eyes. Its back is covered with 3 lines of large spines that can release potent poisons if threatened. The center line of spines is taller than the other 2. The size of the long pointed horn on its forehead is indicative of the strength of its venom. Nidoran male is exclusive male Pokemon, Nidoran female being its female counterpart. Nidoran is a light purple quadruped Pokemon. It has several darker purple patches across its body, and it has large spiny ears with teal insides, narrow black eyes, and a long snout with 2 pointed teeth protruding from the upper jaw. It has a ridge of toxic spines on its back and a long pointed horn on its forehead. The horn is harder than a diamond and capable of secreting poison on impact. Its short legs have 3 claws on each foot. This is a male-only species. The female counterpart is Nidoran. Nidoking is a large bipedal purple Pokemon with distinct reptilian features. It has narrow eyes, large spiny ears, fur-like tufted on its cheeks, and a short snout filled with pointed teeth. There's a long venomous horn on its forehead and a ridge of spines on each back. Gray plates cover its chest and belly, and there's a gray rounded spine on each elbow. Each hand was 3 claws, while each foot has only a single hoof-like nail. It has a large, powerful tail. This is a male-only species. The female counterpart is Nidoqueen. Clefairy is a bipedal pink Pokemon with a chubby, vaguely star-shaped body. A small pointed tooth protrudes from the upper left corner of its mouth. It has wrinkles besides its black oval eyes and a single dark pink oval making on each cheek, and large pointed ears with brown tips. A tuft of fur curls over its forehead, much like its large, upward and curling tail. Each stocky arm has 2 small claws and a thumb on each hand, and both feet have a single toenail. There is a pair of tiny butterfly-shaped wings on its back. Though incapable of flight, Clefairy's wings can store moonlight and allow it to float. Clefable is a tall pink Pokemon with vaguely star-shaped body. It has a long pointed ears with dark brown tips and black oval eyes with wrinkles on either side. A curled lock of fur hangs over its forehead, much like its long, tightly curled tail. On the back of its pair of dark pink wings, each wing has 3 points. Its hands have 3 fingers each, and its feet have 2 clawed toes and dark pink soles. Vulpix is a small quadruped fox-like Pokemon. It has a red-brown pelt with a cream-colored underbelly. It has brown eyes, large pointed ears with dark brown insides, and a triangular dark brown nose. Its paws are slightly darker than the rest of its pelt and have light brown paw pads. On top of its head are 3 curled locks of orange fur with bangs, and it has orange tails with curled tips. It is mostly commonly seen with 6 tails. However, Vulpix is born with only a single. While that tail splits as Vulpix grows, the tail grows as hot as it approaches evolution. In the Alola region, Vulpix has adapted to snowy mountain peaks and developed a snowy white pelt. It has pale blue paws, blue eyes, and a dark blue inside its ears. Its snout is more pronounced and more pointed than that of non-Alolan Vulpix. Locks of hair on its head and 6 tails are curlier and have a wispy appearance. Ninetales is a fox-like quadruped Pokemon covered in thick, luxurious golden light fur. It has a small mane of thicker fur around its neck and a long, fluffy crest atop of its head. It has slender legs with 3-toed paws and 9 long tails with a pale orange tips. It has red eyes, pointed ears, and triangular black nose. In the Alola region, Ninetales has a different appearance. Its coat is pale blue and its fur is more flowing and wispier. The tips of its tail and crest, as well as the lower halves of its legs, are white. The crest of its head is longer, and 9 tails are distinct from each other. Jigglypuff is a pink Pokemon with spherical body. It has pointed ears with black inside and large blue eyes. It has small stubby arms and slightly longer feet. On top of its head is a curled tuft of fur on the top of its head. Its body is filled with air, and, as seen in Pokemon Stadium, Jigglypuff can deflate until it's flat. It is able to float by drawing extra air into its body, as demonstrated in Super Smash Bros. Wigglytuff is a Pokemon with bean-shaped body and stubby arms and legs. There is a fluffy curled tuft on the fur of its head. It has long rabbit-like ears with black insides and slightly lighter color at the tips. Its large blue eyes are covered in a layer of tears that quickly washes away any debris. It is covered in pink fur with a white belly. This fine layer of fur is so soft that who touch it, including other Wigglytuff, will not want to stop. Zubat is a blue bat-like Pokemon. While it lacks eyes, it has pointed ears with purple insides and a mouth with 2 sharp teeth on each jaw. A male will have larger fangs than a female. It has purple wing membranes supported by 2 elongated fingers and 2 long thin tails. Zubat lives in abundant in caves. It has evolved to neither eyes nor nostrils. Instead of navigating through dark environments with echolocation as demonstrated in the anime, it will leave its adobe at night with the massive other Zubat in order to seek prey. Goba is a large blue bat Pokemon with purple wing membranes. It has small silt pupilled eyes, tiny triangular ears with purple insides, and a massive mouth with 2 fangs in each jaw. The fangs are similar on a female Gobat. While its mouth seems to be otherwise empty, Gobat occasionally displays a long purple tongue. It has short legs with long feet. Gobat's fangs have hollow tubes that are specialized for sucking blood. While they are strong enough to pierce thick hide, they are also unexpectedly fragile. Oddish is a Pokemon that resembles a blue plant bulb. It has a round body, beady red eyes, a small mouth, and ovoid feet. 5 large green leaves sprout from its head. As demonstrated in the anime, these leaves are prehensile and can be used to scale vertical surfaces and catch light objects. Known by the scientific name Odium wanderus, Oddish lives in grasslands. A nocturnal Pokemon, Oddish buries its sensitive body in the ground during the day to avoid sun and fool predators. Gloom is a blue bipedal Pokemon with rudimentary hands and feet. On its head is a flower with spherical petals surrounded by 4 reddish-brown leaves. The petals are a dark reddish-brown and have white spots. A female displays a single large spot on each petal, while a male will have many smaller spots. Gloom's eyes are wide and often appear closed, and its lips are thin and purple. Vileplume is a blue bipedal Pokemon with rudimentary hands and feet. It has beady red eyes and a small mouth. On its head is a massive red flower with orange-brown center. Vileplume's flower is said to have the largest petals in the world and is almost too heavy for the Pokemon itself to support. The round petals on its flower are red and covered with white spots. A female Vileplume has fewer but larger spots on its petals. It can shake, flap, or burst its petals into blooms with bang in order to release the clouds of pollen. Paris is an orange insectoid creature resembling the nymph stage of a cicada. Its ovoid body is segmented and has 3 pairs of legs. The foremost pair of its legs are largest and has sharp claws at its tips. There are 5 specks on its forehead and 3 teeth on either side of its mouth. It has circular eyes with large pupils. Parasect is an orange insectoid Pokemon that has been completely overtaken by the parasitic mushroom on its back. It has a small head with pure white eyes and segmented body that is mostly hidden by the mushroom. It has 3 pairs of legs with the foremost pair forming large pincers. The fungus growing on its back has a large red cap with yellow spots throughout. Venonat is an insectoid Pokemon with a spherical body covered in purple fur. Poison oozes from all over its fuzzy body. A pink pincer-like mouth with 2 teeth, stubby forepaws, and a pair of 2-toed feet are visible through its fur. Its limbs are light tan. There is also a pair of white antennae sprouting from the top of its head. However, the most prominent feature on its face are its large red compound eyes. Venonat's highly developed eyes act as radar units that can shoot powerful beams. Venomoth is an insectoid Pokemon whose body is varying shades of purple. Its head and thorax are light purple, and has bulbous round blue eyes. A small mandible and 3-point crest on its head. Tucked close to its thorax are 3 pairs of tiny whilst legs. Its abdomen is paler with several black zigzagging stripes encircling it. It has 2 pairs of pale purple moth-like wings with a thin black vegetation. These wings are covered in dust-like scales that vary in color depending on their toxic capability. Dark scales are poisonous, while lighter scales can cause paralysis. These scales are released when Venomoth flutters its wings. Diglett is a tiny brown Pokemon that seems to be perpetually buried within the earth, leaving only its head visible. It is a small stature that makes it both the lightest and shortest ground type. It has beady black eyes and large round pink nose. A Diglett in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team mentions that its speed through the size and appearance are unknown. It spends much of its time underground and has very thin skin. If Diglett is exposed to sunlight, its blood will heat up and cause it to grow weak. In the Alola region, Diglett has developed 3 fine gold whiskers on its head from living in soil with high iron content. These whiskers function as sensors to allow it to monitor its surroundings without coming above the ground, though it will still occasionally poke its head out to monitor its surroundings. Dugtrio is a set of Diglett triplets sharing a single body. Each head is a brown skin, black eyes, and large round pink nose. Dugtrio's 3 heads think the same thoughts and act cooperatively, though on rare occasions may fight over which head gets to eat first. In order to make burrowing easier, each head will bop up and down, loosening the soil. Dugtrio can tunnel under the earth at 60 miles per hour to a depth of 60 miles, triggering tremors and earthquakes. Alolan Dugtrio is nearly identical to its counterpart, except each head has a mop of golden hair that's formed from modified whiskers. The left head has a bob cut, the right has shorter length hair, and the last one is flowing hair that touches the ground behind it. Meows is a small feline Pokemon with cream-colored fur that turns brown to the tips of its hind paws and tail. Its ovoid head features 4 prominent whiskers, wide eyes, and silt pupils, 2 pointed teeth in the upper jaw, and a golden coin embedded in its forehead. Its ears are black and brown interiors and are flanked with an additional pair of long whiskers. Meows was introduced to Alola as a gift of royalty. The luxurious royal lifestyle soon led to Meows diverging from its origins and becoming the selfish, prideful, and cunning Alolan Meows. Alolan Meows will turn hysterical if its coin and pride are besmirched. Galarian Meows has a shaggy grayish-brown coat resembling a beard, as well as yellow eyes and a toothy grin. Its coin is now black and extremely hard, with the hardest coins being especially valued. The darker coin is, the more respect it gets from its peers. It also has a Gigantamax form that you can get from a gift. Actually, I think this might be Game Freak's favorite Pokemon. Persian is a large quadruped feline Pokemon. Its fur is pale tan with the exception of its black-rimmed ears. It has a short muzzle with small black nose, red eyes with silver pupils, rounded ears, a pair of pointed teeth in its upper jaw, and 3 whiskers on either side of its face. Its thick whiskers are very sensitive to changes in the air movements, enabling it to detect its prey by movement alone. In the center of its forehead is a red jewel. Its long tail is a distinct curl at the end. The lowland Persian has a body that's similar to its regular counterpart, but it has blue-gray fur. Its face has a different shape, being larger and more rounded with noticeable jowls. The distinct face, along with high-class, softer-than-velvet fur coat, is admired by the people of Alola. Psyduck is a yellow Pokemon resembling the duck or bipedal platypus. On top of its head are 3 thick strands of black hair, and it has a wide, flat, cream-colored beak. Its eyes seem vacant and tiny pupils. Its legs are tall and stubby, and it has cream-colored webbed feet. There are 3 claws on each of its hands. Psyduck is constantly stunned by its headache and unable to think very clearly. It usually stands immobile, trying to calm its headache. However, when the headache becomes too severe, it releases tension in the form of strong psychic powers. Golduck is a blue bipedal duck-like Pokemon. It has red eyes, a cream-colored beak, and a red gem in the center of its forehead, and 4 spikes on the back of its head. Its hands are feet and all have 3 clawed digits with cream-colored webbing in between. Its body is especially adapted to having a hydrodynamic shape and has a long tail that uses its rudder to steer. Golduck is sometimes mistaken for the Japanese monster and physical inspiration for Golduck, the Kappa, due to its bluish color, general body shape, and webbed hands and feet. Mankey is a simian Pokemon similar to a New World monkey. It is a bipedal and a round body covered in whitish shaggy fur. Its nose is similar to a pig's snout and has narrow red eyes and triangular ears with brown insides. Mankey's 3-fingered hands, 2-toed feet, and the tip of its curled prehensile tail are brown along with its stuffle. It is a smallest fighting type. Primeape is a bipedal simian Pokemon with a round body covered in whitish shaggy fur. There is usually a throbbing vein on the left side of its forehead and has triangular eyes with pink insides, narrow eyes with tiny pupils, and a pink snout-like nose. Its arms and legs are brown and have metal shackles on wrists and ankles. This is probably indicative of its method of training with weights. The hands have no visible fingers, instead resembling mittens or boxing gloves, and the feet have 2 toes. Growlithe is a quadruped canine Pokemon. It has orange fur with black stripe along its back and legs. The fur on its muzzle, chest, belly, and tail is beige, as well as an additional tuft of fur on top of its head. Growlithe's coat is noticeably longer on its chest and tail. It has gray eyes, a black nose, and large round ears with beige interiors. Its forepaws have 2 visible claws, while its hindpaws have 3 toes each. Each paw has a brown pad. Arcanine is a quadruped canine Pokemon with orange pelt marked by jagged black stripes. It has a diamond-shaped ears with beige insides, black eyes, and a round black nose, and 2 pointed teeth protruding from its upper jaw. Its head, muzzle, and cheeks are covered in shaggy beige fur, except for 2 oval sections around each eye and ear. Long tufts of fur grow behind its elbows and around its ankles. Its underside is back, and it has a pillowing beige tail that is bent in the middle. Each paw has 3 toes and a round pink pad. And finally we have Poliwag. Poliwag is a Pokemon resembling a blue spherical tadpole. It has large eyes and pink lips. Its skin is very thin but flexible and difficult to puncture. There is a black and white swirl on its abdomen, which is actually its internal organ showing through its semi-transparent skin. The swirl is clear following a meal and will have a white tinge if the Pokemon is affected by a disease. The direction of its belly spiral differs by area. The equator is thought to have an effect on it. But that's gonna do it for this video though, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And the next episode we'll be going through Pokemon 61 through 90. So I'll see you guys then.